Hey everybody. Thank you so much for joining me today. So we are going to continue our talk about how to heal your gut naturally. If you did not catch the first part, make sure you look back at the guides in the Radiant Mama Collaborative, or you can look in my video file on YouTube. So let's do a little recap. So last time we talked about the 3R protocol, which is something that I walk through with my clients on how to heal your gut naturally. We talked about what leaky gut syndrome is. And that's when there are those, the junctions in the lining of the gut have separated because of environmental issues, foods, processed foods, just unhealthy habits. And so now we are talking about how to heal those junctions and to bring them tighter together so that the bad bacteria is not leaking out into the system. All right. So the first R was to, oh God, my mind went blank. First R was to remove all the bad junk from eating that. And then the second R was to replace those with good whole foods. Okay. The third R is going to be re-inoculate, right? That is a fancy term for bringing in good bacteria. Okay, so re-inoculate. So we do that from eating probiotics. So probiotics are those good bacteria in supplement form, and they're also found in fermented foods. All right, so supplementation, if you're taking a probiotic, it's best to do it at night. They work best at night while your body is sleeping. And I have put my favorite probiotic in the comments. Things you want to look for when you're buying a probiotic, because they're everywhere. They're in all the big box stores as well as supplement companies. But things you want to look for is a variety of strains within the probiotic. You want to also look and make sure that it's a good quality capsule so that it can reach the small intestines. Okay. Also, prebiotics is in this category. So prebiotics is what feeds the probiotics. So you have the good bacteria, and they need to eat too, right? So you're going to feed them prebiotics, and we find these in fruits and vegetables as well. So apples, onions, also if you find them in a supplementation form, you might see them as FOS, which stands for fructooligosaccharides. Say that 3 times fast. Also, galactose and inulin are 3 of those prebiotics, okay? All right, let's talk about fermented foods. So some examples of fermented foods would be sauerkraut, kombucha, kefir, pickled vegetables or pickles. What else? Miso. All of those are fermented foods that have good bacteria that grow within them. The fermentation process is a whole learning curve in itself. So I suggest if you want to start fermenting food or canning food, which is something that we've done for centuries and it's kind of a lost thing now, but a lot of people are getting it back, which is great. If you want to start out, the easiest way to do it is to start out with a salt brine fermentation. So that's like making sauerkraut, taking cabbage, making a really salty brine. There's tons of tutorials out there about it, but doing that's easy, and it gives you some good bacteria, good fermentation. Also, kefir is easy to create, and kombucha. I have a long standing, if you've seen some of my videos, you might spot my mother kombucha in my kitchen. I have a long standing crock that we drain and we drink from, so it's easy and simple, and it's helping our guts. So another good website to go to is cultureforhealth.com, and you can actually order the kefir grains from there. They have great quality grains. What else? All right, so that is re-inoculating with probiotics and prebiotics. All right, and the last R is to repair. So that is actually supplying your body with what it needs so that it can repair that lining. It can close in those junctions so you don't have that permeable leakiness that causes all of the issues. Okay, so I'm just going to give you three. Of course, there's other ways, but real quick, I'm going to give you three things that you can do. The first thing is to consume bone broth. So bone broth is easy to make. You just take a hunk of meat. Make sure that this meat is non-GMO. Make sure that is organic. If you can get organic, if you can get go to a local butcher, that's even better. But you want to take a hunk of meat, take off all the meat and the skin and everything, and leave the bones. Throw the bones in a crock pot with about 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, and then fill the rest up with water. And that's it. And leave it on for about 12 hours. That's how you make your bone broth. If you have an Instant Pot, even quicker. It takes 2 hours to make. So why are you telling me to make and drink bone broth? So this is why. After you simmer this broth, it's going to release collagen, proline, glutamine, calcium, magnesium, phosphorus, omega-3 fatty acids. The list goes on and on. This is just so good for your intestines. And also, make sure you use filtered water. And so the easy way to incorporate this into your diet is just to sneak it into all your food. So any meal that requires water, just use your bone broth instead. You can put it as you're cooking your taco meat, soups, casseroles, sauces. Bone broth is really good in sauces. So that's an easy way to get it. And it's ideal if you are consuming bone broth for gut health to consume 1 to 2 cups a day. That's it. You can even throw it in a smoothie for your kids, and don't put salt or anything on it, but just throw it in your smoothie. You can't even taste it. So bone broth is a great mechanism to healing your gut. And let's talk about, we already kind of addressed this a little bit in the previous video, but eating organic foods is really important, because organic meaning they don't put any pesticides or herbicides, which are chemicals that kill the bugs. They're not putting any of that on your food. And so you have a better foundation to support your gut health. So try to find good sourced organic foods. If you live in an area that you just can't get to food, maybe you live in the city and it's hard to go to the market or a local farmer's market, I suggest that you order from Misfits Market. That's what I've been using for the past 3 years. They ship organic foods to my home, and it's at a good cost. And so I'm going to leave in the comments below, I'm going to leave my discount link so that you can get a discount on your first box. So Misfits Market is the source that I use for organic foods if I'm not, shopping at Publix or somewhere else. All right. And the last little tip is eating good fats. There has been a lot of misconceptions about fat. Fat does not make you fat. Let me say that again. Fat does not make you fat. Good fats, like coconut oil and actually tallow, all those things actually aid to your digestive system and also your brain. We need good fats to think. We need good fats to function. So just to give you a list right quick, that's your coconut oil, grass-fed butter, avocados and avocado oil, tallow, lard, and non-heated olive oil, because when you cook the olive oil, it adds in hydrogen and we don't need that. So those are some examples of good fats, and you can easily, cook with some of those so that it can start to help to heal your gut. All right. So one more thing. Actually, I said 3, but I have 4. Y'all want more? Okay, is this good for you? Okay. All right. The last thing, and probably one of my favorites, is consuming enzymes. So enzymes do so much in the body, and especially they help to support your gut. So enzymes, you may hear them with that ACE on the end. So protease, lipase, amylase, and these are found in food. Enzymes are used to speed up chemical reactions in the body. So we need enzymes in all of our systems, including our digestive system especially. So there's 2 ways that you can get digestive enzymes. One is naturally through food, and the other one is that they are actually produced by our digestive organs. So as we age, by the time we hit 20, these digestive enzymes that are produced in our gut actually stop producing. They don't stop producing, but they decline. And from there, every 10 years, they decline about 30%. So we need to make sure that we are supplementing with some good enzymes. So let me tell you some other things about enzymes. These proteins will help to slow down all the inflammatory responses in your body. They help with energy production. It helps to get nutrients to your cells. They break down fats in your blood, carrying away toxins, helps to break down fecal matter, old fecal matter, and they help to digest proteins, fats, carbs, and sugars, fibers, and dairy products found in our modern processed diet. So when you are looking for enzymes to take, make sure that you are looking to get a high quality enzyme that can withstand all of the ranges of your gut's pH. So depending on where the food is in your gut, from your mouth to your esophagus, stomach, small and large intestine, your pH changes. So you want to make sure that your enzyme is able to withstand the hydrochloric acid in your stomach and make it all the way to the large intestine. Another thing to look for is to make sure that it has betaine HCl, which promotes the production of hydrochloric acid. That's very important. So let's do a little recap. So the last 2 R's of the R protocol is to re-inoculate and to repair, drinking bone broth, using enzymes, getting good organic foods. And so if you missed part 1, we went in depth talking about removing those processed foods and the sugar that actually go against what you're trying to do as far as the healing. So you really want to go back and watch that. And as always, before you introduce any supplements or new eating habits or diets, make sure you consult with your doctor and your medical team. I'm a doctor of physical therapy, and I am not a medical doctor, and I'm not your doctor. So you want to make sure you have that communication with someone who knows what's going on in your body. Okay. If you like this video, let me know. Let me know in the comments if you want to see more about this subject, if you want me to go more in depth. I would love to answer your questions. I would love to help. So remember, also, I dropped my favorite enzymes that I use, as well as probiotics, in the comments below, and that promo for Misfits Markets, because I want you guys to eat really good, healthy foods and nourish your body. All right, that's all I have for today. Love you guys. I will see you next time. Y'all have a good one.